Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent English Pod, where we help you train your mind to think in English and speak fluently. I'm Dave with our co-host Emma.
Hey, we're so glad you're here. Whether you're listening on your way to work, while making dinner, or just winding down for the day, thanks for spending this time with us.
Whether you are a new listener or a long-time one, we welcome you to our English podcast. Let's hear our today's topic.
Dave is going to share a deeply personal story about how he went from feeling completely lost to finding control and peace through few months. That's right, guys, few months. Let's give a round of applause for Dave to being brave to share his personal story.
Thanks, Emma. This story isn't easy to tell, but I think it's important because I know so many of you listening might be feeling the same way I did. Overwhelmed, stuck, and just tired of your own chaos.
We've all been there, Dave, and that's why this conversation matters. So let's dive in. But before we do, a quick reminder. As you listen, if you hear any new words or phrases that stand out to you, jot them down or comment them below. We'd love to see what you're learning.
A year ago, my life was a mess. And I don't just mean my room, though, that was bad enough. I mean my entire life felt like it was falling apart. I was working a job I didn't love, eating junk food every day and staying up until 3 a.m. scrolling through my phone. I was constantly exhausted, but I couldn't sleep. My relationships were suffering because I was always irritable, and honestly, I didn't even like myself very much.
That sounds really hard, Dave. I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling of being stuck in a cycle we don't know how to break. What was the moment that made you realize you needed to change?
It was a Sunday morning. I woke up late, my head pounding from another night of bad decisions. I looked around my apartment, dirty dishes piled up, laundry everywhere, and this overwhelming sense of emptiness. I just sat there and thought, is this really me? That was my breaking point.
That's such a powerful moment. It's like you finally saw the truth of where you were, and it hurt enough to want something better. And for our listeners, if you're hearing words like irritable or overwhelming, don't forget to comment them below. Let's build our vocabulary together.
After that Sunday, I knew I had to do something. But I didn't try to change everything at once. Instead, I started with one tiny habit, making my bed every morning. It sounds silly, but that one small act gave me a sense of accomplishment. It was like, okay, I did this one thing right today, and that feeling gave me hope.
That's so beautiful, Dave. It's amazing how one small habit can create a ripple effect. What came next?
I started adding more habits, but slowly. I began drinking water first thing in the morning instead of reaching for my phone. Then I started taking a 10-minute walk after lunch. Each habit felt like a gift I was giving to myself. And over time, those small changes started to add up.
That's the magic of consistency. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And listeners, if you're hearing phrases like ripple effect or consistency over perfection, don't forget to comment them below. Let's keep learning together.
Today, my life looks completely different. I wake up early not because I have to, but because I want to. I meditate, journal, and even cook myself a healthy breakfast. My apartment is clean, my mind is clear, and for the first time in years, I feel like I'm in control of my life.
That's incredible, Dave. And the best part? Your story shows that no matter how far gone we feel, it's never too late to start again. So, for everyone listening, if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, remember, small steps lead to big changes.
Exactly, and if I can do it, so can you. Start small, be kind to yourself, and celebrate every little win along the way.
Before we wrap up, we have a small exercise for you. In the comments, we want you to write down at least 5 new words or phrases you learned from today's episode. Maybe it's irritable, ripple effect, or consistency over perfection. And while you're there, tell us, what's one small habit you want to start building this week? We'd love to hear from you.
And if you have a topic you'd like us to cover in future episodes like how to stay motivated or the power of morning routines, let us know in the comments too. This podcast is for you, and we want to make sure we're creating content that helps you grow.
Thanks for joining us on this journey, everyone. Remember, Building habits isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself, one day at a time. Until next time, take care and keep taking those small steps forward.
You've got this, and we believe in you.